Did you know that your hot stamp machine can do so much more? Introducing Fusion Transfers from C Digital, a smarter way to decorate. Fusion Transfers are digitally printed images applied with heat and pressure, similar to hot stamping, but they offer full-color, high-impact graphics without the restrictions. And they work seamlessly with modified hot stamp machines. What's in it for you? Increased efficiency. Apply multiple colors in a single pass, eliminate dye changes, and speed up production. Gain a competitive edge. Provide customers with premium decorating options that enhance their product value. Create a new revenue stream. Expand your secondary operations using your existing equipment. With over 25 years of experience, we'll guide you through every step, from machine modifications to artwork creation. Ready to unlock your hot stamp equipment's full potential? Contact C Digital today for a free consultation. C Digital, the image transfer experts.
Welcome to C Digital. We're the image transfer experts.
Now, you can lock your image in place with our dry, eco-friendly toners, as we fuse your image to your product with custom adhesives and protective coatings. Some call it heat transfer, but we call it a smarter way to decorate.
Well, we got 25 years of experience, and the customers appreciate that we can stick to their parts, and they bring us interesting jobs and go, oh yeah, the guys at C Digital, they'll sort it out. Let's go to those guys first because they're usually the best.
In many ways, while it's a traditional heat transfer methodology, our particular application we call fusion technology.
And it's the fusion process that makes it durable, pass the tape test, the scratch test, and last forever.
The advantage of our heat transfers is you can have film or you can have wax transfer, both printed digitally.
Some of them are chemical resistant, some of them are freer release than others, some of them are matte finish. There's different properties for each one of the coatings for the film, but they're all on a base polyester.
So we've developed a lot of systems that can get us onto paper, polycarbonate, painted metal, ceramics. This is an example of our glass processes. In our process, it's really the no label look label. It's seamless. You can't really find where the art marks are. It's as if it was painted on. Only the art transfers off the film.
Every customer has its own unique specs. For a glass and ceramics guy, he might need to just pass a wipe test. But if it's going through the dishwasher, it needs to go through the dishwasher hundreds of times and still stay there. That's why our chemist constantly is creating coatings that meet the challenge. Again, this tells you why C Digital is a better choice to supply your heat transfers.
We started decorating CDs and DVDs, which are plastic. We haven't found a plastic yet that we can't get on. We can do labels up to 11.5 inches wide. We can be infinitely long because we're talking about a roll.
And we like to say it's going from pixels to permanent with our Evercolor toner.
It's a fine powder toner, not an ink. So there's no solvents, there's no mess, no cleanups.
It's instant fusion, so there's no drying time and no cleanup of messy solvents.
Another benefit about heat transfers is the ability to recycle the part without having to remove the label. The plastic part can be reground, remolded, and the label never has to come off prior to that step. When you think of digital printing, you think of CMYK, but we had a fifth color, white. The white acts as an underlay to the colors so the substrate won't change it, or you can just add white print to your graphics. The value that a fusion transfer adds to your part is the professional quality image. It's an actual printed on graphic that's permanent, instant drying, full color, high quality, 1200 DPI. You know that edge you get with a decal or label? We eliminate that. The image is integrated into the surface. It's a process that gets the color flowing with no edge showing.
We call it the no label label.
Every good transfer starts with good art, and these guys make questionable art into wonderful art. In here we can take anything from simple JPEGs, even your mom's Christmas picture, from napkin sketch to final art will work with anything. And if you don't have art, we'll create it for you.
With heat transfer, we can do short to large runs from 20 to 20 million. It's also an excellent way to do prototyping and sampling, whether it's plastic, glass, ceramic, metals. We ship most orders in 2 business days.
We're going to be your best friends because we're going to be with you every step of the way through all the iterations, the fast turns. Because if you're working on a prototype within a product development cycle and you need to put an image or art onto that prototype, we can prep, print, and adhere your image onto your actual product as a prototype in just a couple of days.
We can run sequentially numbered images or different images within a roll without making any changes to your equipment and without giving you any extra setup fees, no downtime on your application equipment, no cleanup. Say you want a specific PMS color, but you're uncertain how it'll look in the digital world. We can provide you with your actual artwork sample using one of these machines applied to your part so you can decide if the CMYK is close enough to the PMS color you're looking for.
So this is where all the magic happens, and it starts with one of our 3 Zycon presses. This is a high-speed digital printer. It's the same thing in concept as a big Xerox copier would be. It uses toner. The press does not care how many colors you give it at one time. It prints them all. 1 color, 5 colors, 20 colors, all at once.
One of the newest offerings at C Digital is our wax transfer. It is a transfer printed on wax-coated paper. This is used in the rigid packaging industry, like 5-gallon pails, F-style containers, food packaging, as well as oil cans, antifreeze. The biggest reason people use wax transfers in this process is you get the no label look. Because the transfer is applied while the part's still warm, it's typically done at an injection molding facility or a blow molding facility where the part comes right out of the mold, the label's applied, and then palletized for filling at a later time.
So if you're a contract manufacturer and your customer wants to mark that part or product with an image or a logo and you don't know where to start, we can help you there.
In order to use heat transfers, we have the application equipment. For example, this one over here will apply the heat and pressure required to transfer the image off the film onto your product. So that's how you get the image transfer from the film carrier or paper carrier onto your product. The customer will either have one of these machines in-house. That way we just ship a roll of film. When they receive the film, they put it on the equipment and start applying images to the part. If they don't have a machine in-house, we can find a contract decorator that will apply the transfers for them, and we source ones that are local to certain regions, cutting back on the shipping of your product back and forth. In a lot of cases, this also can be done right in line with the injection molding machine. So if your injection molder has one of these styles of machines, they can apply the heat transfer as the parts come out of the mold.
So we have a short-term and a long-term solution to help you make more profit and make happier customers. So in the short term, if you want to test this as a value add for your customers, we can help you through our network of decorating suppliers. But in the long run, you want to bring this in-house and offer it as a secondary operation. So what machine are you going to buy? How are you going to do it? How's it going to work? That's why you call us the image transfer experts. We're going to hold your hand and walk you through the process.
You know, sometimes heat transfer isn't the best option for you, but we still should talk because we have 55 years of experience in the product imaging transfer business. And we'll guide you in the right direction, whether it's our product or somebody else's. The bottom line is we want to give you the best answer how to put your image on your part. And there's nobody better to do that than us. Because we are the image transfer experts,